Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Welcome to the Traveling Tarot. This is your daily psychic forecast for Monday, September 2nd, 2019. For those of us that are in the United States, happy Labor Day to you. I hope that you're enjoying your 3-day weekend. Is there anything special that you're going to do today? Did you do your cookouts already? Did you go to the park already? Did you fly a kite already? Did you enjoy your friends, your neighbors, your family already? What are your plans for today? If you live outside of the United States, happy Labor Day to you too, but how is your Monday going so far? How are things going for you? I'd love to hear how you spent your Labor Day weekend if you lived in the United States. Please do comment down below. I'd love to hear how things went for you this weekend. And if you don't live in the United States, I would love to hear from you too. Comment and tell me how your weekend went and how your morning is going so far. Yeah, and while you're down there, go ahead and like and subscribe, and then share it with the people that you know and love, and let them know that you found a really good station that is all about unconditional love and is all about living your best life possible through the magic of tarot. So without further ado, let's jump into today's reading. This is a reading for the collective, as are all my readings, and my hope is that there is something good and positive that you can actually glean from this reading today, regardless of your present circumstance. And finally, at the end of the video, after you've finished watching the video, it is my hope and it is my prayer that you take what you have learned today and you apply it to your life, and you go out there and live the best life possible. I hope that you leave this video feeling emboldened and empowered to actually live your best life possible. So let's jump into today's big storyline. And today's big storyline is brought to us by the Knight of Michael. The Knight of Michael. There you are. The Knight of Michael. Strong, committed, intellectual, diligent. Time to move quickly. Choose logic over emotion. Sudden changes. Changes in the air, and it's going to happen quickly. Time to get on top of it, time to stay on top of it, time to make sure that you are not trampled by it. So we'll delve into that a little bit. But even yesterday, we, in our love reading, I do a love reading every Sunday. I do a love forecast for the week every Sunday, so do tune in for that every Sunday morning. And yesterday, it was all about changes and time for a new beginning and time for a new way of thinking and a new perspective and all of that. So maybe this is a continuation of that, maybe not, but we certainly do have a theme going on, at least for the last 2 days, of changes and moving with those changes and making sure that those changes work out to be good and positive for you. So that is our main storyline for today, but we've got 2 more subplots to go through. So our first subplot is brought to us by the Three of Michael. The Three of Michael. The Three of Michael. Release the past. You will grow from this situation. Time heals all wounds. Interesting. The Three of Michael is shown as the Three of Swords in the Rider-Waite deck. And it's the heartbreak card. So there may be somebody out there who needs to move on from a potential heartbreak. And heartbreak can come in many different forms, in many different fashions. So we'll see what that, the heartbreak card has to do with our particular reading today. But we've got one more subplot to explore today, and that particular subplot is brought to us by the Eight of Raphael. The Eight of Raphael. There it is. And the Eight of Raphael says there is something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you. A spiritual quest. The Eight of Raphael is the Eight of Cups in the Rider-Waite deck. So definitely time to move forward, time to move on, time to release the past, the Three of Michael. And yeah, so let's jump into it. I get the feeling that this might be a love reading for some of us today. We focus in on love specifically on Sundays, but every once in a while the universe says, no, we need to focus in on love other days of the week, and I just get the feeling that this has to do with love energy right now. And so we're going to jump into the Knight of Michael. The Knight of Michael is strong, committed, intellectual, and diligent. Time to move quickly. Choose logic over emotion. Sudden changes. I have an ethical responsibility to tell the truth as I see it, and I am seeing that somebody is going to go through a breakup today. And it's going to catch them by surprise. And it's going to be something that they did not see coming at all, but it's going to hit them like a ton of bricks, or it's going to hit them like a knight on a stallion running towards them at full gallop. It's going to happen quickly for someone today. And even if it's been a long time coming, I feel like there might be somebody out there that this kind of thing, this inevitability, this ending, you probably saw it from a mile away, some of you. But I get the feeling that when it finally does happen, it will be quick. There will not be a lot of unpacking. There won't be a lot of processing. There won't be a lot of sharing of emotions. It will be a very, very cut and dry kind of thing. Doesn't mean that you're not going to be hurt, which we'll get into with the Three of Michael, but the actual breakup itself will be a very, very clean kind of a breakup. It's not going to be emotional at all, at least not for one of you. It'll be like, this is over, and we both need to move on, and we both need to find someone that will make us happy in the way that we deserve to be happy. And I get the feeling with the Knight of Michael that it's going to happen for somebody today. And if that's the case, I am so sorry. You may not be. And you may be relieved in a way that this particular relationship is over. But I still feel my heart breaks for you. Whenever someone goes through a heartbreak of their own, my heart breaks for them, especially if it wasn't perhaps of their own doing. So it's going to be quick today. This is saying that it's important as you're going through the grieving process, which we will get to in a moment, to choose logic over emotion. Look, I encourage you to look at it from all sides. I encourage you to try to look at it from the other person's point of view. I encourage you to think about the actual reasons why this relationship is coming to an end. And if it doesn't make sense completely right now, I encourage you to give it time, because in time it actually will make sense. It actually will be very logical, in Vulcan terms, for all of the Star Trek nerds out there. It will make sense eventually, and it'll be very logical, and it will have been the right thing. It may not have felt like the right thing, but it will have been the right thing for both of you. And we're moving into the 3 of Michael. Release the past. You will grow from this situation. Time heals all wounds. People come into our lives, and of course this is the heartbreak card. People come into our lives for a reason. They're either there to teach us a lesson, we're there to teach them a lesson, or a combination of the both. Once that lesson is learned, that person oftentimes moves on, or we move on, or a combination of the both. Every now and again, that person sticks around, but in general, that person or yourself moves on. And that's the hard part. That's the hard part of being so connected to someone else, that when they break it off with you, it's as if they're taking a piece of you with them. It's like they're ripping your heart in two. And I get the feeling that for some of you, it's not like they're doing it maliciously. It's not like they're doing it to hurt you, although hurt is part of the equation when we go through breakups. They're doing it because it's the right thing. It's the right thing for both of you. And you will grow from this situation. It's horrible right now. Allow yourself to grieve. Allow yourself to cry. Allow yourself to be angry. Allow yourself to be frustrated. Allow yourself to shake your fists at the cosmos. And it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be depressed. It's okay to feel whatever you need to feel for as long as you need to feel it. It's okay. Allow for that to happen. The blessed thing with the 3 of Michael, we've been talking about Michael a lot, both today and yesterday, and I want to say either Friday or Saturday. I can't remember, but Michael has come up a couple of times for us this past week. And in most of the interpretations of the 3 of Michael, or excuse me, of the Michael cards, Michael is there, and he is in a comforting mode. Not only is he in a comforting mode, but the illustration makes it seem as if Michael is not going anywhere. Michael is going to stick around. Michael has got our back. And I think the bigger lesson here is that our angels are around us always. Our archangels are around us always. Our guardian angels are around us always. Our spirit guides are around us always. And our ancestors are around us always. Even if we don't have people in human form that can be there for us, please understand that we are not alone when we are going through hard times, when we are going through difficult times, when we are going through dark nights of the soul. We are not alone. And it's important for us to reach out for help when help is necessary, to ask for help when help is needed. Because as soon as we ask for it, everybody swoops in. All of our spirits, all of the spirits of love and light that continuously surround us swoop in. Not only that, but I'm getting very strongly from the Three of Michael that perhaps we need to reach out to other people at this time in our lives. Perhaps we need to reach out to our friends, our loved ones, the people, the spirits in human flesh that are there for us regardless. We don't have to go through this alone, even with our spirits of love and light that surround us. They're encouraging us to actually go out and find the people that will give us a shoulder to cry on. Find the people that will give us an ear to listen to. Find the people that will share Haagen-Dazs with us and watch Lifetime movies with us. There are bound to be people out there that love us unconditionally and will be there to listen to us as we're going through this painful, painful time. We don't have to do it alone. We never have to do it alone. The Three of Michael is saying that it's important for us to feel everything that we need to feel and to take as much time as we need to put the pieces of our heart back together. Take that time, but also reach out to those people that love us because they will be there for us. Finally, the Eight of Raphael. There is something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you. A spiritual quest. There is something better waiting for you. That is so very hard to believe when we're going through a breakup. It's so very hard to believe that the person that checked off so many boxes for us, the person that seemed right in almost every way, that there is someone better than the person that we just broke up with. It is so very, very hard to believe that in this moment. And I understand. I understand completely. I understand fully and wholly how that can be. And it's so hard right now to have faith that there is actually someone better out there for us. It's hard. And I can't even tell you to just have faith because that seems trite. That seems like a throwaway line. That seems like something that someone would say when they don't really have anything else to say. Let the universe believe it for you. I have been in many situations, many separate different kind of situations where I've experienced heartbreak, and it didn't necessarily have to be with someone, an intimate and romantic entanglement that fell apart. I've had experiences with heartbreak in many different arenas, as we all have, and during those moments, someone would inevitably say, things are going to get better. You're going to get through this. There is something better waiting for you. And when I was in the midst of that, I would say, I'm going to let you believe that for both of us, because I'm not there right now. And so, for those of us that may be going through this particular heartbreak today, I will say there is something better waiting for all of us. And I will believe it for all of us. Until such time as those of us who don't believe it for ourselves. I'll believe it for both of us. I'll believe it for all of us, that there is something better waiting for all of us. Do what you know is right for you. The Eight of Raphael is saying that maybe, just maybe, you'll be the one that is breaking up with someone else. Maybe you're the one who has been delaying it because you love this person so very much. You're delaying it because that person, for you, checks off so many boxes. You're delaying it because you love that person and you together. But in your heart of hearts, you know it's not right. Do what's right for you. And when you do what's right for you, you're actually doing what's right for the other person. If you're the one that is feeling like this relationship has reached its logical end, if you're the person that feels as if this relationship has run its course, but you're hesitating in ending it because you are romantically entangled with this person and you love this person so much that you're delaying it because of that, you're not only being unfair to the other person, but you're being unfair to yourself. You're keeping both of you from finding that perfect person for both of you. And even though things are almost perfect in the relationship that you're in right now, it's not the right thing for either of you right now. Do what you know is right for you. Finally, a spiritual quest. Many of our spiritual quests we have to do most, if not all of it, alone. And sometimes heartbreak is the thing that kickstarts us into the next step of our evolution, the next phase of our evolution. And perhaps, just perhaps, this spiritual quest that you are on, this next step of your spiritual quest that you're on, could not have happened if you hadn't have gone through this relationship. Perhaps the next step in your spiritual evolution would have never taken place, or would have taken longer to take place if you hadn't gone through what you just went through. Regardless, it's time for that next step. And you might have to take it alone, at least for a little while. But again, there is something better waiting for you. You have to believe that. And if you don't, again, I will believe it for all of us until you can believe it for yourself. Let's go on that spiritual quest. We might have to do it alone, but there are so many other people that are on the same spiritual quest. Again, we are never, ever alone. We might have to pursue it, our personal spiritual quest alone, but we are never alone in that endeavor. Because, like I said, not only are all of our spirits of love and light surrounding us at all times, but also there are so many other spirits in human flesh that are going through the exact same thing. We're not alone. We are going on this spiritual quest so that we can evolve and grow and become deeper spirits and increase our capacity to unconditionally love ourselves and unconditionally love one another. If you're experiencing this today, I'm so sorry. I'm so very sorry. I'm sorry that your heart is broken. I'm sorry that you're having to experience this incredible heartbreak right now. I am truly and deeply sorry. But just know that someday it will all make sense. Someday we will grow from this situation. And someday that better thing waiting for us will show up. And I will believe that for all of us. Thank you, Universe, for this message today. Thank you, Universe, for this lesson today. As hard as it is, and as painful as it is, we will take this lesson and we will apply it to our lives. And we will we will do. We will make a better life for ourselves for having gone through it. Now it's time for the nitty-gritty. And as always, we'll do a 3-card spread, a morning, afternoon, midday, and an evening card. So if there's anything more specific that the universe needs to share with us, now is the time that the universe will provide that particular information to us. So I'll go ahead and cut the cards into 3. 1, 2, 3. And let's see what the universe has to say. Here is our morning. Here is our afternoon. And here is our evening. Alright, our morning is interpreted by the 3 of Pentacles. And the 3 of Pentacles is in the reverse position. So there is the 3 of Pentacles. If you're going through this heartbreak, there is a lesson that needs to be learned. The problem is perhaps this morning you don't feel like it. Perhaps this morning you don't feel like learning that lesson. Perhaps this morning you'd rather allow things to go back to the way they were. Perhaps this morning you want to hold on to what you had with this person or persons. Perhaps this morning you don't want to go through the pain of having to learn that lesson. The universe is saying that's okay. It really is okay. It's okay to cut yourself some slack. Especially since today is the day that this breakup is, for a lot of you, is going to happen. It's okay to lick your wounds for a little while. It's okay to not want to think any deeper than necessary just to get you through the next moment. It's okay. The universe will meet you exactly where you are. And now for the midday afternoon card. This is the Death card. the death card. And whenever the death card comes up, I always tell people that it does not necessarily mean literal death. In fact, very rarely does the death card mean literal death. What it does mean is the death of the old and the start of the new. Even in the midst of your heartbreak, even in the midst of your grief, in the midst of your despair, your sadness, and your depression, even in the midst of you laying in bed with the blinds drawn, with the curtains drawn, and the covers pulled up over your head, even in the midst of all that, the universe is saying you are changing, you are growing, you are evolving, you are becoming something better than you were before. It may not feel like it right now, but you are already evolving. You're already changing. You're already becoming the best possible version of yourself. Allow yourself to go through this process. For however long the process takes, allow yourself to go through this process because you are already changing. You're already letting go of the past and you are being rebirthed and reborn into something much more beautiful and much more long-lasting than you were before. Finally, this evening we are presented with the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands in the reverse position. This is saying that for some of us out there, you couldn't have seen this coming. And to not beat yourself up for it. For some of us, this is going to come out of the blue. For some of us, this is going to knock us on our heels, on our behinds, flat on our backs. For some of us, this is going to knock the wind completely out of us. For those of you that are like that, there is absolutely no way that you could have seen this coming. Don't beat yourself up for being so in love with a person that you didn't see the warning signs. Don't beat yourself up that you were so committed to this person that you didn't see this person pulling away. Don't beat yourself up that you just didn't see the end coming because you were so committed to this relationship. The truth of the matter is we all need to love that unconditionally. We all need to love that deeply. We all need to learn how to love that fully and wholly. We all need to learn how to love someone else that way. We all need to experience that for ourselves because when the right person comes along, or persons for our poly people out there, when the right person or persons comes along, we will know it. And we will be open and ready for it when it comes. Don't beat yourself up for loving who you loved so deeply and so completely. You were supposed to. You absolutely were supposed to. Because the universe said you need to feel what this feels like. So that when the next person arrives, you'll know where to go with your emotions. Or when the next right person comes along, you'll know where to go with your emotions. This is a tough reading today. A real tough reading today. And again, for those of us that are going through that kind of hardship, for those of us that are going through that kind of breakup, my heart goes out to you. My heart breaks for you. My heart bleeds for you. But just know that things will eventually get better. And yes, that is such a trite saying, but they do get better. And even if things don't get better, we get better. We get better. So, with that in mind, we are going to do a love affirmator today because this was clearly all about love today. So we're going to do a love affirmator today. And we'll shuffle it one more time, and then we'll cut it into 3. 1, 2, 3. And we will see what affirmation the universe wants to give us today. And that is brought to us by integrity. Integrity. There it is right there. Integrity. And the integrity card says, I align with the center of myself, a glowing core of personal integrity. Emanating from this core is the knowledge that I never have to compromise who I am or what I want for anybody. I can live a life that doesn't include settling. Unless I want to settle, in which case settling would be my idea of perfection and would cease to be considered settling. Ugh, paradoxes hurt. Integrity. I align with the center of myself, a glowing core of personal integrity. Emanating from this core is the knowledge that I never have to compromise who I am or what I want for anybody. I can live a life that doesn't include settling. Unless I want to settle, in which case settling would be my idea of perfection and would cease to be considered settling. Ugh, paradoxes hurt. What more is there to say? What more is there to say? Don't compromise your core values. Don't compromise your morals. Don't compromise who you really are for a relationship, for anybody. It is time to rediscover who we really are. It is time to rediscover our core values, our core morals, and the core of who we are as a person. And to never, ever, ever compromise that for any sort of relationship. So, again, this was a hard reading today. I was fighting back tears the entire time. But just know that we're going to make it. We are going to make it. Together, we are going to make it. And so, love yourself. Love yourself fully. Love yourself completely. Love yourself wholly. Love yourself unconditionally. Love yourself first. Love yourself foremost. And everything else will fall into line. Stay strong through this Monday, everybody. And I will see you tomorrow.